The idiom, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, means it's better to hold on to a sure thing than to risk it for a potentially greater but uncertain reward.
Daddy wasn't finding a bow wow. Daddy wasn't finding a bow wow. I love my little cat. I'm very fond of that. I'd rather have a big bow wow 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 wow. Daddy
Hello and
wasn't
welcome to the
finding
Mochiverse.
a
I'm
bow
Linette.
wow.
And I'm Skip.
And okay, Bird in the Hand. I like it.
Yeah,
Is it very old?
it's very old. It has its roots in ancient cultures, ancient Middle East, actually.
Okay.
And there's, yeah, the earliest, I guess, the earliest known sentiment is Proverbs of Aguahar. A
Oh,
sparrow in the hand is better than a thousand sparrows flying.
that's really cool. That's one of those really nice idioms that's like, it's not just everyday life, it's like philosophical. I like it.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. It's just the largely traced to falconry.
Uh-huh.
It's the imagery of the birds in the bushes is traced back, like I say, to the Middle Ages. Hunters would take their highly prized falcons and have them chasing the
Oh,
prey.
right. Oh, right. So they,
Cool.
their
Yeah.
falcon that they trained, spent a lot of money on probably. They're just gonna throw it out there to get some other birds, and then you might lose your falcon. You'd be screwed.
Yeah, because it's like they were so valuable that it was more. They were considered an asset, and
Hmm.
it was worth more than two potential other types of prey birds fluttering out of reach in a nearby bush.
Right. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can imagine if your whole not even just livelihood, but your survival depends on being able to catch things and eat, you're gonna need to hang on to that bird.
yeah, exactly, exactly. It's not like having a pigeon,
Right, right, exactly. Or like some finches or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
or a parakeet.
Or a parakeet. It's like, if with your hunting dog, you want to make sure you take care of your.
Your hunting dog, exactly right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Very good.
yeah.
Well, that's awesome, folks. So we're here talking about more trivia, random facts. We got I assume you have your usual bout of quick hitters.
Yes, I do. And this is one that you may or may not know. Likely you do know
Hmm.
that the history of the term limey.
Oh, yes.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's again it started in the 18th and 19th century where they would have scurvy on the sailors would get on the boats. So they
Yeah.
do vitamin C deficiencies. And there was a surgeon, a Scottish surgeon, James Lind, who began issuing lime and lemon juice rations, making the British seamen healthy, and they figured it out. So
Yep.
the slang term lime juicer was first coined in the 1850s in Australia and New Zealand. Over time, it was shortened to limey.
Yep. And that's why
Eventually,
we call British people limeys because there were so many sailors, and a lot of them were the what is the word for legal pirates? Privateers.
privateers, yeah.
Yeah, and most of them were English working for the monarch. And famously, it was difficult to have good nutrition on ships.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how they figured it out. That was the fruit. And again,
Hmm.
it's funny how those terms take a life of their own. So
Yeah, I always liked that one because it was, it's a really interesting, it mixes history and, slang and things like that
yeah,
all
it's a nice
together. It's
slang.
very
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yep.
Limeys.
So I got a bunch of quick hitters again. We get.
Yep.
Did you know ancient Egyptians had mummified their cats and gave them
Hmm.
mummified mice to torment them in the
Yes.
afterlife?
Well, yes, because they believe that, your existence didn't stop at death. You moved on to the next thing and you got to keep your body and things like that, if you were lucky. And you needed the companions. You needed your cat as the companion, but the poor kitty cat needed something too. you know, and they put so many things in those tombs. Like they put like all kinds of food and yeah,
It's interesting. The cat and having mice torture them. That's
I
funny.
think that's great. I think that's
Yeah.
great. To torture them, but to keep them occupied. Right.
Yes, exactly. And did you know there was a breed of cat called Savannah?
Yes.
It's that can be trained to play fetch and go for walks on a lead.
Yes. Richard wants one. They
He wants
are,
one.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think those are the ones. I think those are the cats that are like they're crossbred with servals or something like that.
Okay.
And they're big. They're like about the size of your dog, and they are very interactive and also very like sweet and nice and affectionate and stuff. So yeah, he wants one of those eventually.
Yeah, we had a thing in a condo association was that they had a meeting and it was making a big deal about having dogs on leashes.
Hmm.
And I made the comment that, there's a lot of cats roaming the neighborhood and maybe they should be on leashes also.
They should.
And yeah, so we used to joke about one of my neighbors had a cat and I says he was very manly type of guy. And I said, yeah, well, that'd be an interesting picture to have him walking this cat on a leash.
Well, you know,
Uh,
it's funny. There are lots of cats that enjoy having a leash and a
mhm,
harness, and we were hoping that our cats would like it. But our cats all have that really funny instinct. So cats' bodies are very intricate in the way that they move, right?
mhm,
They have that sense of their balance and their place
yeah,
is a very strong sense of theirs, you know.
mhm,
Um, and so when a cat, there's like these things you could do to cats.
mhm,
Like for instance, if you put a little piece of like scotch tape on your cat's head, sometimes they just can't function. And if you put a piece of paper or a napkin on your cat's back, they'll like fall down. Like because they're so sensitive to like the gravity and the air around them and
yeah.
how their body is in space that they just can't handle any deviance from that. And our cats, if you put a harness on them, they will fall over like a fainting goat. They just can't do it.
Can't do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we actually put a harness on Freya because
Hmm.
Freya was like running out the door a lot and we didn't want her to be outside.
Yeah.
And so I put the harness on her originally so that I could put her outside and have her on a harness so she wouldn't get anywhere. But it
Yeah.
turned out to be really useful because when I put the harness on her, she couldn't run. And so she couldn't run to the door. So I would put the harness on her inside and make her wear
Right.
it whenever I was coming in and out. And she's like, "Oh, I can't get over there." It's really good. It's so good.
Oh. So, did you know that 4,000 children under the age of 2 are listed as owners of British companies?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. That's something. Uh, you also know the average child has an aerobic fitness of a triathlon athlete.
I believe that.
That's and Harrods used to sell pet leopards.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there were lots of exotic animals at not just estates, but like, you know, the castles in England. Like some monarchs had exotic animals. That's just crazy. And presidents too, wasn't it? Weren't there a couple of presidents? I think there was one president that had a crocodile.
Yeah, they have these. Some of these have these exotic pets.
Mhm.
Yeah. Did you know the first pet cemetery opened in Paris in 1899?
I did know that. Yes. Yes, I read
Yes,
that
it's a
kind of
D.
recently.
After the introduction of a law that banned throwing dead dogs into the Seine.
Yeah, yep.
That's weird. That's just kind of weird. Uh, there was findings in a 2015 study about procrastination. It was inconclusive because half the participants didn't get around to finishing the survey. The Procrastinators Club of America has earmarked 5 September to be late for something day.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, I just can't. I mean, I can procrastinate, but I can't be late. So what I do is I procrastinate enough so that I just barely have enough time and then I rush.
there you go.
Yeah.
David Bowie first appeared at television at the age of 17
Yeah.
as the founder of the Society of of cruelty to long-haired men.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
He was very funny. Did you ever see him in any interviews like when he was big?
I saw him, but if I did see the interviews, I don't recall. So
He was one of those guys cuz he was very intelligent and a lot more intelligent than a lot of stuffed shirts gave him credit for, because oh, you're a rocker, you must be like some sort of idiot or some sort of brute or whatever. And he really loved messing with interviewers in the UK. Because, you watch interview shows are not that much different over there than they are over here. Sometimes they're really stupid. And some
yeah,
of the questions they ask them are just inane. And he would love to mess with them and like, kind of talk back and make them look like fools for their questions. And I really loved that. You know who else did that was Dolly Parton. Did you ever see that interview with Barbara Walters where Barbara Walters was like kind of insulting her? She was saying like, "Oh, would you be called a hillbilly?" and things like that. She goes, "Yeah, I might kick you in the shins if you do."
yeah.
Like all the things she was saying to her, she was like clapping back in such an intelligent way. I love that. I love it when they do that.
Cool, cool.
Yep. I have some lists. Well, I have some things that started off as a short thing, and then I kind of branched out from that. So the first one I have is about plants. I've talked a few times about my interest in plants, how they fascinate me, how the things they can do to adapt to the environment and to protect themselves and things like that. So I wanted to focus specifically on plant defense systems, which I find fascinating. And trust me, it is interesting. It doesn't sound like it's interesting when I say it like that. But, if you ever think about like we talked about it was not last episode, I think, but the one before it, we were talking about the nettles.
Oh yeah, the nettles. Yeah, yeah, the leaves. Right, right.
Yeah, the little fibers that are like little hairs that are on the
Yep.
nettles. That is a defense mechanism. So the nettles, they have a two-step system, which is actually really cool. Their little stinging hairs will pierce like the predator. It'll
Right.
cut you. And then some of the nettles have a poisonous sap that will then go into the wound. And sometimes it'll like debilitate them, paralyze them, or kill them. And of course, we know about like, plants like the Venus flytrap that are carnivorous. But
Right.
really interesting to me are the plants that have built-in sort of chemical defenses that protect them. Some of them are like alkaloids.
Yeah.
So like you're talking about nicotine, caffeine, and quinine, right? And those alkaloids are originally to defend the plant. They act on the nervous system of whatever's going to eat it,
Okay.
and mess up, either paralyze or kill them, or sort of freak them out of those creatures. And then there are other things like volatile oils like menthol and camphor, which we find useful, but they kind of deter other animals, right? Or
Yep.
insects.
Yep.
Yeah. But capsaicin is the one that most people are familiar with, right? The hot peppers.
Hot peppers. Yeah, they frequently use that to repel, like geckos and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's used medicinally. It has been for a very long time, and we still use it medicinally. We have like the creams that you can put on that are capsaicin that can help with arthritis pain and things like that. But that compound is really interesting because it's designed to deter animals from eating them because it's hot and spicy and could be toxic to them.
Uh-huh.
But it's not toxic to birds, and birds are immune to the heat effects. So not only does this chemical protect the plant from like predators, but it also ensures the propagation of the plant by enticing birds to, eat them. Birds eat the plant, the seeds get into the digestive system, and then the birds like poop out the seeds somewhere else, and then the plant gets propagated elsewhere, which is like really fascinating that that's something plants just do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So specifically birds can eat hot peppers without a problem.
Hmm.
because the plant needs them to eat them so that they can spread their seeds. It's very
Spread the
cool.
seeds. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are other chemical compounds with plants that send off distress signals. Now, I've talked about this before, sort of in a joking way about how when you mow the lawn, the grass is screaming. And it's true. So some plants, when they get injured or when there's a threat, they will send off a warning to other surrounding plants that something's coming. Not that they could do anything about it, like they can't run away, but
Mhm.
and then there are some that put off like a like a distress signal to try and get help, which is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
So like if you have like an aphid or something that's eating you, your
Right.
plant, and you could put off a chemical distress signal to attract wasps that will come and eat the aphids.
Huh. Cool.
Isn't
Yeah.
that neat? I love that.
That
I
is
think
neat.
that's
Yeah, that
yeah,
is
I think
neat.
that's
Yeah.
so cool. So then there's the other one that's cool is there are some plants that have a compound that can intentionally kill parts of itself when it's being attacked. So like if you had some sort of bug eating your leaves,
Hmm.
they could actually send out a chemical compound to that area and kill off all the cells in that leaf so that they have nothing more to eat.
Oh,
So they can't continue eating it, and then the greater part of the plant is going to be fine. So that's like really, I don't know, that's kind of neat.
yeah,
Um
that's kind of neat. Yeah.
yeah, and then this one's cool. I don't know, I had never heard about this one. I'd heard about some of the others, but there are some grasses that have silica compounds,
Hmm.
which is like sand, right?
Sand, right. Yep.
And these silica compounds, they'll wear down the mouth parts of insects that are chewing on them.
If you think about it, silica is the basis for glass.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah,
sandpaper too.
right,
So,
right. Hmm.
yeah, and then others are just like toxic or sticky, that'll
Hmm.
trap the animal and paralyze them and stuff. But yeah, I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, and it makes me, this is not related to a plant, but if you think about it, it is, did you ever hear that like tea leaves, they uncurl when hot water is poured on them?
Yep.
And the process is known as the agony of the leaves. I thought that was
Yes,
interesting,
it
so.
is. And did you also know that tea, if you want, you don't have to spend extra money if you have somebody in your family who wants a decaffeinated cup of tea and you just only have caffeinated. All you have to do is brew it once and discard that brew and brew it again and it will be decaffeinated because the caffeine is on the surface of the leaves primarily.
Which, it's funny you say that because it makes me a thought. We used to, uh, Johnny Church, I think you know about Johnny
Oh
Church.
yeah.
And one of the things he used to joke about was that he was so cheap that after he had his tea bags, he would hang them out on the line to dry them out so he could use them again.
And he's wondering why he's a little more tired, you
Yeah.
know. That's good. I like that. Yeah, he was. He was one of those money in the mattress kind of guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
The world's largest amphibian makes a sound like a crying baby.
Oh goodness.
It's a call of the male Tungara frog of Central America.
Okay.
So, yeah, yeah, it's one of the other. But there's also, I'm sorry, there's another call that the Tungara frog. So I get these mixed up. There's one amphibian. The call of the male Tungara frog of Central America sounds like a Star Trek phaser.
Oh, that's neat.
That's really neat. And parrots have been known to use Alexa to order items from Amazon.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's funny. Well, speaking of the Star Trek thing, we watch a lot of cat videos naturally.
Mhm.
And like cats have very distinctive meows. Incidentally, did you know that cats mostly don't meow at other cats? They only meow to people.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that their way of communicating
Yes,
to people?
specifically
Yeah.
to people. Um, And they do like they'll meow at their mothers. So it's kind of like one of those things that makes you feel like you're the cat's parent and stuff, but they don't
Right.
like usually meow at each other. The sounds they make at each other, they'll growl at each other and sort of
Right.
warn each other, but they don't usually meow at each other, which is very funny. But yeah, the cat videos, they have all these cats that have distinctive meows, and one of them sounds like laser gun type pew 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 when he meows.
That's funny.
Yeah. It's very cool. Or like a video game. Kind of sounds like a video game. It's very neat.
Yeah. Did you know that when ducks sleep in a row, the ones at either end sleep with their outside eyes open, looking for predators?
Oh, that's smart.
That's pretty smart.
Don't
And
horses do something similar to that? Oh no,
they
horses
could,
kind of like
yeah,
half
yeah.
sleep. Yeah.
Fish swim faster in city rivers than in country rivers.
Oh.
Well, they're probably trying to get away from the pollution. Um, the first English reference to fish and chip shops called them a considerable source of nuisance.
Oh, wow. I mean,
About that, you know,
that's
and
one of
you
the
like
few ways I
anything
like to eat
British.
fish. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Do you know that shops, and this is a way, probably a marketing thing, that shops they sell more clothes if their mannequins have a head.
Yes, I did know that. And it really does make sense because isn't it unnerving
Mhm.
when a mannequin doesn't have a head? You just can't picture yourself. You can't picture yourself with it on.
Headless,
It's
no, exactly.
it's a
Can't do it.
psychological thing. It's kind of like, you know what I think it's similar to?
Yeah.
When I'm sure you've watched some of those HGTV TV shows with the house decoration stuff or house
Oh yeah,
selling and
yeah,
things like
yeah.
that. It's always kind of annoying because like when people look at a house, if it's
Hmm.
not staged well, they may not buy the house or they'll like complain about the color of the walls.
Yep.
And it's so funny because when you're in a house and you're looking around, your practical mind should be like, I could paint that wall. I don't care if it's like chartreuse or whatever, but there's something
Yeah.
in you that is like turned off by
Colors.
something decorative that doesn't appeal to you, and you may not actually buy the house and you might not know why you don't like it. It's so
We do
interesting.
this, yeah. You do the same thing when you're now that there's not a lot of house to house showings. Basically, you see it on the internet,
Hmm.
and so if you see a house with at least for me, you see these deep dark purple walls or something like this,
Yeah.
or the closets just filled with clothes and messy.
Hmm.
You say, okay, you just go buy that one.
Isn't that
Um,
funny? And also, like, I don't. Speaking of the internet listings,
mhm,
we look at a lot of those just because we like to look at them. But what they do now is they'll photograph the house empty,
mhm,
and they will put like AI will put fake furnishings in there. So you
that's
don't even
a
have to spend money to stage it anymore. They put the fake furnishings in there just because if you see an empty room, you think one thing, but if you see furniture, you think, okay, I could see myself living there.
Yeah, if it's the right kind of furniture, I think
Right.
staging with AI is probably a better way to go than the way that some people stage their houses or the furniture that they have.
Right. Right.
Um,
Cheaper too, I bet.
yeah. Did you know that alcohol helps you speak foreign languages better?
I'm sure a lot of people think so.
Yeah, you certainly think so. Exactly right. Uh,
Doesn't it depend though? I mean, I don't drink, but I have heard this phenomenon when if you if you always drink when you do a specific thing, you're better at that when you're drinking. Like if you always drink when you play guitar, then you're a better guitar player while you're drunk, kind of thing.
there would be an argument if it's moderate,
Hmm.
because to some extent it tends to relax you.
Right. Yeah.
When I say it's moderate, as opposed to excessive. If you have one or two glasses of wine or one or two, maybe more, one bottle of beer, and you're more relaxed. It was like, it reminds me of a story I tell people about when I was playing men's tennis, and we had these guys that we thought were the weakest team on our team, and like 3 weeks in a row, every other court would lose except their court.
Mm-hmm.
And so we finally, just joking around afterwards, we just say, "Hey, geez, what are you guys doing to win?" He says, "Oh yeah, we just have a couple of beers before we start playing."
It's
It's
true
like,
though. But you know what's funny? Now that I think about it, there's probably a scientific reason for that, and it probably has to do with neural pathways too.
yeah,
Because especially if you're, and the relaxation is a big part, because if you are
yeah,
relaxed, then your body is taking over familiar actions without you concentrating on it. But like, I could see the neural pathway thing working with, say, for instance, marijuana, right? There's
yeah.
a lot of people who say they're more creative,
Mm-hmm.
and their neural pathways work in different ways when they're
Mm-hmm.
taking that drug. I can
That
imagine something similar happening with alcohol. You think differently, so you're able to do something that maybe when you're sober, your pathways don't quite connect.
Yeah, there's another or a way to look at it is like in sports, you will hear time and time again that when you think your body slows down. It's particularly in sports,
Yeah.
your body slows down, your reaction time slows down, so that when you're not thinking and when you react, your body is at its maximum.
Hmm.
Uh, that is, that's why people that they're very calm and very focused, and they're not thinking about peripheral things. They do much better in sports. You
Yeah.
find that to be true,
Yeah,
and
it's
that
probably
is
similar to like not cramming for an exam type of thing. Like
mhm,
if
think too
you've been in
much.
a class and you've been studying consistently during your class,
Mm,
theoretically you shouldn't be cramming right before an exam because that'll just distract you from being able to get that information easily from your brain. But if you consistently learn the information and study in a more steady way over time,
mhm.
you'll do better on the test than you would if you just try to cram the night before.
Yes, there is a theory. It's a theory of threes in terms of learning. When you're from teaching, where you're taught, you write it, and then you read it, and
Mm-hmm.
that third time you get it.
Yep.
It's different than the theory of six, which is you cannot establish a habit until you do it six times.
Right.
So there's two different theories there. So
Yeah. Well, I know that when I was in college, especially with science, I did much better if I just, and I would sit in front of the TV and I would have like different colored pens and stuff, and I would actually just copy my notes over and over again without thinking about it.
mhm,
And I would specifically use certain pens for certain term words and things like that, underlining for certain things, highlighting for certain things. And the act of copying them over and over again, the repetition of that almost turned it into music in my head. And I was able to remember without having to study the night before for a test.
mhm,
And
yeah.
I wish I had done that in high school, but I mean, high school was stupid. But like, I did very well in college. Like, I got all A's.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is I think it's all about minimizing the distractions, and
Yeah.
that's kind of where it comes from.
Yeah, and the
I have
motivation of paying for
two,
it too.
the Lamborghini Countach, which is
Oh yeah.
okay, gets its name from the Piedmontese slang for holy shit.
Contact. That's really cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like the Isn't that the where what country was that? It was either South America or Mexico or something that they had to rename the Nova because it means doesn't go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, when you translate something into a certain language, it comes out differently. And
Yeah.
the last one I have, and Mexico City's Day of the Dead parade.
Oh yes.
It didn't exist until
Uh-huh.
it appeared in the James Bond film Spectre.
Yes, that was one of my earliest facts on this show, actually.
Oh, okay. So I just
Yeah,
repeated your facts. Okay.
yes, but that was a long time ago, so I can't fault you for that. That was actually in my QI book. It was one of the first facts that I had gathered.
Oh, okay.
And isn't that cool? Yeah, and of course you probably remember that scene. It's a very well done scene, but
Yeah. Yes.
they did do Day of the Dead celebrations before that, but nothing like what is in that movie until that movie, and now they kind
Right.
of do it up like that. That's pretty cool, actually.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, neat. So the next thing I want to talk about is weird food.
Weird what?
Weird food.
Oh, okay. They said weird. Sometimes my hearing doesn't. That they said weird poop. I'm going,
Oh,
what?
weird poop,
What
yeah.
kind of weird?
As
Kind of weird
opposed to
poop you
like
talking about?
yeah, as opposed to like nice poop, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so weird foods. And there's a lot of different categories for weird food, but the one that caught my eye, so there's a place called Pop Pasta in Brooklyn, and they invented the spaghetti bolognese donut.
Yuck.
Yeah, so it isn't what you think. It's not a donut that has spaghetti on it, or it's not like a spaghetti flavored donut or anything. It's basically a ring of molded like spaghetti
Hmm.
that has mixed with like cheese and sauce, and then they like deep fry it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So
different. Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
much more appealing when you think about it that way, right?
That way. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course that led me into like weird flavors of things and weird foods. The first one that I thought of, which I have had, is the garlic ice cream. Now I had that in
Oh,
San
I've heard
Francisco.
of that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a garlic restaurant in San Francisco called the Stinking Rose, and
Mhm.
everything on the menu is heavily garlic, and it's very, I mean, the food is very good. I don't know if I could eat it today, but you have like nice chicken dishes that are garlicky and things like that. But the garlic ice cream, I had to try it because it was like famous. And
Right.
it's basically, it was a little disappointing because all it is vanilla ice cream with like roasted garlic in it, which is like, okay. I mean,
Okay. So
nowadays,
that's not. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I mean, nowadays we put bacon on things and that's not, nobody thinks twice about it. But
Right.
yeah, so the garlic ice cream. But so there's, and a lot of these are in other countries, of course, but they have pumpkin spice Pringles,
Okay. All right. Well. Yeah.
also wasabi Oreos.
What's that?
Wasabi. And then there's that whole pickle thing. So
Oh, yeah.
I,
That's.
yeah, I mean, I like certain pickle things, right? I
Yep.
love, I love dill, so I love the flavor of dill. I had
Right.
like one of those, those salad kits you can buy. It's like pre-made salad.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
They had one that was like dill pickle ranch with the dressing, and it was the most delicious thing I've ever eaten. It was so good. But
I can
like,
see that being okay. Yeah.
oh
Sure.
yeah, it was nice
Yeah.
on a salad. You get this like dill pickle ranch flavor,
Mm.
creamy
Yep.
dressing and all the stuff you put in a yummy salad and stuff. But they have a pickle juice soda and like popsicles obviously too. Have you ever heard of Jones Soda, the company Jones?
No, I sounds vaguely familiar, but no, I don't. I don't remember it
They
specifically. No.
were, and they're still around because you can still buy them in places, but I
Hmm.
think they were probably like maybe I would say 90s or early 2000s. And
Hmm.
they're a company that has like weird flavored sodas. So they would, they definitely probably have a pickle soda, but they had like turkey dinner flavored soda
Hmm.
and stuff like that. But I also remember when I was a kid drinking celery soda and thinking it was really good. So it's not
Oh, okay.
that unusual. So Japan has a lot of interestingly flavored things. They have a Pepsi flavor called ice cucumber,
Okay.
which when you think about it, it's like that's weird, but also I bet it's pretty refreshing, right? If it's like a clear soda that's like cucumber,
Hmm.
it's
Is
probably
it?
pretty good. People put cucumber in water.
Well, don't they have cucumber sandwiches?
Oh, yes, I love
Yeah.
cucumber sandwiches.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But cucumber is used a lot in drinks like as a way to make it more refreshing. Like instead of,
Yeah.
you put like lemons, you know
It's
how you put lemons in water. It's like that.
yeah. It's kind of cucumber's kind of a subtle taste, I think. So.
It is. It is. It's like not really offensive and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. The Kit Kat flavors in Japan are wild, but they have one, it's black garlic flavored. And then there was a whole article that I read, and I didn't want to include all of those things. But if you ever heard of people like, dip your French fries in your like at Wendy's, you could dip your French fries in the Frosty and it's like really good.
Yeah, I've heard of that one before. Yeah.
It is actually very good, by the way. But I
Yep.
knew somebody who used to dip like potato chips in ice cream. And, I've had
Hmm.
chocolate covered potato chips and things like that.
Yep.
But they have this thing that people can do, grilled cheese dipped in hot chocolate. And people swear by it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, my previous in-laws, the cousins, when we were visiting each other, the British eat some interesting combinations. They like to have sauces on things also.
Oh yeah.
But
Hmm.
they were staying here, in Florida, and they bought a bunch of convenience foods. And we were all sitting at their table eating like, frozen pizza type of
Hmm.
pizza
Oh yeah. Hmm.
and dipping it in mayonnaise.
Okay.
And
I mean,
actually, it's pretty good.
yeah, some people I've seen that, some people will dip it in in ranch dressing and
Yep.
stuff. So
Ranch
yep,
is good. And I
yep.
like that sometimes, the pizza plate, like the cheaper pizza places
Hmm.
will have like those little cups of like the garlic
Yep,
sauce that you dip
yep.
the pizza in and stuff.
Hmm.
I'm a big dipper. Like I'm a fan of dipping things in things. So that's any of that stuff I'll do. And I like mayonnaise on French fries. So
Yeah, some people do. Yeah. Hmm.
I always did the tartar sauce with French fries at McDonald's because the tartar sauce at McDonald's is really good, but we
Yeah.
only use it for filet of fish, right?
Right.
So I'd put
Right.
like, and the sauces come in these guns that look like big caulking guns, and so I
Hmm.
would like trigger a bunch of like tartar sauce on my plate thing on my tray
Yeah.
and eat a bunch of French fries with that. It was very good.
Yeah. Not that. Yeah, it's not that big of a stretch from putting it on fish because
Yeah,
it's some fried fishes you
it's
do
the
that
fried
with.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite condiment. I mean, I love tartar sauce, but Richard and I disagree on that. He thinks it's the grossest thing ever, but I don't care. It's very good.
Okay.
And I'll mix like ketchup and mayonnaise together and dip fries in that sometimes when I'm feeling adventurous and don't care if my gallbladder wants to rebel. Too much mayo can
Much mayo, yeah, yeah.
yeah. But if I'm feeling good, I'll have a little bit of mayo with my ketchup and my french fries. So, yeah. So, those are just a few, but I figured it would be a nice little lighthearted.
There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, those are our little things. Hopefully somebody learned something today. I know that I learned a thing or two and you probably learned a thing or two, Dad.
Yep, absolutely.
So if you like, you can send us an email at mochiverse@gmail.com. That's MOCCIAVERSE@gmail.com. You can come visit us on any of the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon. And we are still currently on YouTube. If you want to check us out on YouTube, we don't have video. It's
Mhm.
just audio. Maybe someday we'll do the
Yeah,
video, but
mm,
I mean, I don't dress up for these Zoom sessions, so
there we go. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody wants to look at that. I'm not even wearing contacts. I got my
Yeah.
glasses on, so I don't know. I haven't showered yet, that kind of thing. So maybe that's not too appealing for the public, but yeah, send us a message if you want, and any suggestions for things you'd like us to talk about would be good too. And make sure
Okay.
you tell people you know about what you've heard and what you like and what you've learned. And if not, we're going to expand the next section to make it bigger. From now on, it's just going to be a podcast of all dad jokes.
There you go. There was it's funny, there's a newspaper we get, it's a free newspaper we get on Fridays. And there's a guy he does his column, puns.
Yeah.
And the puns basically, whatever subject is, whatever the holiday or whatever it is going on at the time. Today was his last column, which is kind of
Oh,
disappointing, but he's been doing it for, I think he said 30 years, something like
wow.
that. Yeah. So he had a lot of accumulation of a lot of puns.
Okay.
So, uh, we ready for some
Absolutely.
puns or dad jokes, whatever. So,
Absolutely. Bring it
okay.
on.
A termite walks into a bar and asks, "Is the bartender here?"
I've heard that one before.
I couldn't figure out how the seatbelt worked. Then it clicked. I remember saying that one
Yep,
again.
yep, yep.
Yep. The man who survived mustard gas and pepper spray is now a seasoned veteran.
Oh, yes, he is. I like it.
Yeah. Writing with a broken pencil is pointless.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
My friend's bakery burned down last night. Now his business is toast.
Very good.
Yeah, I tried to catch some fog earlier. I missed.
Uh, God.
Why do we tell actors to break a leg?
Mm.
Because every play has a cast.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Very good.
yeah, there you go. Always borrow money from a pessimist. They never expect it back.
That's true.
So you build a man a fire and he'll be warm for a day. Set a man on fire, he'll be warm for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I don't suffer from insanity. I enjoy every minute of it.
Yes, yes. I'm enjoying very poor health. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The last thing I want to do is hurt you, but it's still on the list.
These are all t-shirts.
They're all t-shirts. We got them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. A recent study has found that women who carry a little extra weight live longer than men who mention it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Adam and Eve were the first ones to ignore the Apple terms and conditions.
I've heard that one before. It's very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, how do you make holy water?
Oh.
You boil the hell out of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I've done this one before, but I know I have a few jokes about unemployed people, but none of them work.
Yeah.
Okay, there is the alarm.
Oh, okay. And was that all of the jokes?
Yes, it was.
Oh, perfect timing.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's all we have for you. We will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was good. See, we did it.
Daddy wasn't finding a bow wow. Daddy wasn't finding a bow wow. I've got a little cat. I'm very fond of that. I'd rather have a big bow wow.
Nice and neat. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be a good one. Okay.